Welcome to Seven Trumpets Prepper. Guys, in this video, I just want to share something with you that I hope is a help and an inspiration to you. In life, a lot of us, especially those of us that I would label codependent, now that I've learned a lot about psychology over the past couple of years, is that we always give and give and give and give of ourselves to everyone, everything, all the time, and never to ourselves. And there's nothing wrong with having that wonderful empathic trait. I think that is a wonderful personification of that person. But with that said, we should invest in ourselves. This is going to be some red pill truth for men and women. We can give to others, and there's nothing wrong with that. But there comes a point where if we don't reinvest in ourselves, we're going to be left holding the bag one day. Whenever I went through my divorce 2 years ago, I made some promises to myself. And one of the most solemn promises I made to myself was that I was going to start investing in me. Because after losing everything and starting over again, pretty much practically losing everything and starting over again from the bottom up, I told myself that from now on, this is just for an example right here, and hopefully it's a teachable moment to you, that when I done a job, from now on, anytime that I got paid from that job, the first thing I was going to do before I paid bills, before I put it to anything else, I was going to go right to the tool store and buy a tool. It didn't even matter if I needed that tool for the next 5 jobs. It didn't matter if I had 3 drills. We're going to go buy a 4th one if it's for a specialty purpose, if we can afford it at the time. Because my thought process is that if I continue this trend, in a matter of a course of time, I don't know how long it would take, and I didn't at the time, I do now. It took me about 2 years, but I completely redid my entire tool lineup so that I have pretty much every tool I need now for out in the field to work for people. And I ain't saying that to be arrogant or cocky. What I'm saying is that we need to invest in ourselves. And it was an eye-opening experience for me post-divorce, for me to really see that I had really not invested much in myself over the years. I just always was worried about taking care of everybody else, and there's nothing wrong with that. We just should moderate. And so 2 years later now here, when I need tools, I just go grab my toolboxes, head off. I've got pretty much everything I need. Like I said, I can get a rental truck, run across the country, do a service call for people, build, whatever. And I just packed up all the stuff that I used to work with, sold it on eBay, and started fresh. And I don't regret that one bit. And I want to show you this right here for an example. Now, most people have no idea what this is. And this is the last example I'm going to give you from talking about tools. I've had this tool. This is an MC4 crimper. It makes the connections from the solar panels to your DC wire. This thing has been on every job site I've ever done from the very beginning, pretty much. And you can tell if you look close, the teeth are deeply worn from all the metal rubbing on it. They used to be a lot more cupped up like a half moon. And I have maintenance this thing. I have put new screws in it when it fell out. And, it's still with me to this day. And if we invest in ourselves and we invest in keeping things together, things can last a long time. We can last a long time. And it's amazing to me the resilience of people if they actually look inside. I know a lot of people, we were talking lately on a live, and I know people had talked about they had considered suicide when they got rock bottom and stuff. And the thing is, folks, is when a lot of us hit rock bottom, we won't, the world is full of the situation called instant gratification. And, we may not have a marriage back the next day. We may not have tools back the next day, like the example I just used. We may not have a home back the next day. But if we begin the process of reinvesting in ourselves, it will come back to us, y'all willing. And that's the thing that we really need to get in our heads in these last days, is that we need to invest in ourselves, because a lot of people's going to check out of your lives, your family, your friends, your wife, your husband. I mean, people's going to cut you loose, and then you're going to be left holding the bag. And that's why I'm not saying get a backup plan and bail out on the people that you love. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that you need to be able to stand on your own 2 feet. If you're a woman, you shouldn't be validated by just getting up and under some man. And when I say that, I don't mean sexually. I mean like living up and under that man's roof. Like, you should still have the ability to validate yourself and stand on your own 2 feet. And I don't mean post like licentious pictures on Instagram, which, by the way, if you don't think that we live in an age of narcissism, Instagram's taken down the whole like feature count because of the mental health concerns of women these days. So I'm just saying, ladies, I mean, some of the stuff y'all come factory install with, you better go in and override it and try to delete that silliness out of your life. But what I mean by that is not being up under a man. You need to be able to, if he threw you to the curb tomorrow, to still have some kind of foundation to stand on. Just like a man, a lot of us, we lose everything. It could be family and friends die. It could be you went through a divorce. It could be you lost your job. Could be you got sick. There needs to be a backup plan in your life. And that's where I'm at with it now. Just like about to get married. It's like, okay, we can do a ceremony and before the people and have a ketubah. Or we can do that and get a marriage license on top of that. But if we do, I'm having a prenup. Because today, I just encourage everyone to put today after anything anybody says. I love you today. But that doesn't mean that 10 years down the road, you might not flip the script on me. And therefore, I'm investing in myself right now a warranty, a safety check that should that happen, I'm going to be okay. Because if you want to, you want to drop your chips on the table, cash into casino, walk, that's cool. I'm still going to be sitting here keeping the cards running. You know what I'm saying? Not that I encourage gambling. I'm just using some as for insinuating what I'm getting at. But I'll tell you guys, like, I cannot overly stress and encourage you to invest in yourself. If you don't have life insurance, get life insurance because your children, that way you won't be left hanging. I have a policy for my child. A generational wealth, something that we've not been doing for our families. It don't matter what demographic you come from. And it's no wonder all of us are broke today because our mothers and fathers didn't invest in our future. Their mothers and fathers didn't invest in their future. So we're about 5-6 generations deep now of people not investing in each other's future. And so therefore, that's why I'm saying you have to invest in yourself. And, we're living in the last days and, you've got to prioritize, your hopes and dreams, and you've got to make sure the people around you support that same thing. So the last thought process I'm going to leave with you. Tomorrow morning, when the sun rises, at the point in time I'm making this video, the sun rises on the morrow. Me and Brother Joel's supposed to meet up in the morning, all according to plan, and go up to the convention center and lock down the event for Restoring the Foundations conference, the first one, and hopefully this will become an annual thing. Not only myself, but others have already started pouring investment into this thing. And it's going to pay dividends for other people's benefit. I really believe that. And we've got to start prioritizing, not only investing in ourselves, but prioritizing the things we're going to invest in. Because I look at ROI anymore, return on investment. And it's like I said, I'm about to get married. It's like, do I think I'll get a return on that investment? Absolutely. She makes my life a lot more richer being in it. Therefore, that's a return on investment. Doing this conference, seeing people's lives change, possibly some people come to the Most High Yah, have a baptism service before the event, so that's an opportunity for people to grow closer to Yah. So yeah, return on investment. Buying tools to put on the truck, even though I may not use it today, later down the road on the job site, I will use it. Return on investment. And so it's a two-sided coin, is we've got to prioritize what we're investing in, and we've got to make sure that that return on investment is worth prioritizing. And so, guys, I hope that's a help to you. Last thought I'll leave you with before we end this video is that just right now, the current thing that I make a priority in my life is my health. I've kind of really quit the red meat thing. I've just started trying to trend toward a vegan lifestyle. And it's weird to me because I'm losing the desire for meat. It's like I just want vegetables and fruits and grains and nuts. And it's just weird. Like my whole palate is changing, and I don't know why it is, but I praise the Most High Yah for it. I feel better every day. I feel full of energy today, and I just been sick recently, and I still was able to pretty much lay the hammer down, even being sick. So, I'm trying to invest in my health. That's my current thing that I'm trying to invest in, and my financial health as well. And we really need to hit the pause button, stop, look at where our life's going, look where our, I don't look at day-to-day life anymore. I look at year-to-year life anymore. Like this time next year, I want $100,000 in the bank. You might be like, Luke, you're crazy. I'm telling you, I'm dead serious. I want $100,000 in the bank this time next year. I ain't playing no games. It ain't that I want to be rich. I want to have that so that the following year, before it all comes clean off the rails in the next few years, is that I'll have that to put toward the rest of all the things I need to do to be off-grid living peaceably and comfortably. So guys, I hope this video in some ways is inspiration to you. Do not give up on your hopes and dreams. The number one thing you can do to get back toward that and take it from somebody that's hit rock bottom and started back up the hill is to invest in yourself. A little bit here, a little bit there every day. It will add up over time. So guys, till we see you again here at the channel, as always, I'm going to get back in here and get to work. I got to get a wiring board done today for a customer's charge control system for wind power. I'm going to get that knocked out. And in the meantime, I hope you all, the Most High Yah, baruch you and keep you, make his face shine upon you, show you favor, and give you shalom, my friends. In Yahushua name.